As a new year begins, so too does another season of the most popular axe throwing show in all the land. It's Battle Axe. I'm Joey Danya. Welcome inside the Bustin Axe Throwing Range in Dubuque, Iowa, as we get set to begin a new season here this winter. It's going to be a 7-week season leading up to a double elimination postseason tournament. If you're new to the show, we're going to throw it down now to Eric Schizzle for more on how Battle Axe works.
Hey guys, Eric Schizzle here at Bustin Axe Throwing Range. You're going to notice some changes to the board this season, biggest one being the bullseye. If you'll notice, it is now half the size of what it is, and we've added a 5-point scoring area, which is now over the line. So when you score points, you see those axe throwers come in and throw. It is now not touching the line. It is over the line. It's what's going to score those points. So we add a 4th and a 5th area for scoring, and then 6 points again for that bullseye shot. You'll also notice that throwers have the ability to call out the kill shots at any time. They can call it 2 times during any match, but they must announce it to the referee first. They're still worth 8 points. You still must rotate kill shots when you hit them, and they're still worth nothing if you hit anywhere else. So those are going to be the biggest changes you're going to notice to the sport. We're trying to make things a little more difficult, make those perfect games a little harder to come by, but we still got that triple bullseye unicorn. You guys just watch and wait for it. It's going to happen.
Thank you very much, Eric. A new season with some new tweaks to this league. It should be very exciting. Once again, that bullseye now much more difficult to get. We'll see how these new rules change things this season, and the kill shot. Players can go for that at any time. It's going to be very interesting to see how that strategy comes into play. There is nothing quite like the anticipation building up to Battle Axe. We are just about set to go here, and the anticipation is nearing a fever pitch as the defending champ is about to get back on his quest to make it another title. Matt the Magic Man Bradshaw, looking for back-to-back titles. He's going to take on Eric the Scope Schizzle. We are set to go, and it is a pleasure to be joined by Bobby the Blade Bradford.
Well, thank you, Joey the Jaw. I appreciate that. Looking forward to this matchup between Eric the Scope and Matt the Magic Man.
Yeah, and look at those pants the Magic Man has on as he gets his second season underway. Where do you think he got those pants?
That is a mystery. We part of the majesty of the Magic Man. But it did look like Eric the Scope went for the kill shot in that initial shot and missed it. So
yeah, obviously that's a new wrinkle here this season. And Eric the Scope, known to go for those kill shots, he goes for it right out of the gates here and comes up short. So Matt Bradshaw now with a 4-0 advantage. And once again, it looks like Eric the Scope is going to go for a kill shot here.
I wouldn't expect anything less out of the aggressiveness of Eric the Scope.
And he got it. Eric the Scope landing a kill shot. So right like that, 8 points for Eric the Scope Schizzle.
It's a 5.
Matt Bradshaw lands a 5. He's got a 1-point lead over Schizzle.
You know, in talking with Eric before the match here, it seemed like over the offseason he was really working on going for the kill shot. So I'm glad to see it paying off for him there.
Yeah, and the strategy of going for it right away, you would think that kind of lets you know how aggressive you have to get with your last 8 throws. So Eric the Scope right in this one, trailing the Magic Man by just a point. And it looks like we've got our first bullseye of this match.
Yeah.
Take a look on that left side.
Eric the Scope just missing a bullseye. So Matt Bradshaw now has a 2-point advantage.
It looks like they're getting a little extra look at it there, but Jenny, the new referee, was correct there on the 5 call.
Yeah, keep in mind, for it to be a bullseye, you have to have red on both sides of the blade, and the Scope came up just short there.
But I like the aggressiveness out of Eric the Scope coming out. He's playing the champion. You know, you got to be aggressive, go for those kill shots. Show him that you're not afraid of him.
Absolutely. No guts, no glory, and Eric the Scope certainly giving the Magic Man a test right here.
4.
And a nice bullseye there by Eric. So we go into a dead tie here.
19 all as we get set for the 5th throw. Matt Bradshaw, just a model of consistency thus far. He's yet to go for a kill shot. We'll see how aggressive he gets as we enter the final stages of this one.
Well, knowing Matt pretty well, he doesn't really get too worked up in these situations. He tries to stay really calm and cool and consistent.
Yeah, absolutely, Matt. The
Four,
Magic Man, a
four.
model of consistency. We saw him throw a perfect game last season. A perfect game going to be a much harder feat this season with the size of that bullseye.
Absolutely, no doubt. But I think if you're Eric the Scope here, you're tied with Matt going into the turn. That's a pretty good position to be in.
Yeah, he couldn't have asked for a better position to be in. That's a 4 for Eric
Four.
Shizzle. And it appears to be a 4 for the Magic Man, but it
It's a
is a
five,
5 for Matt Bradshaw. So that puts him back in front, 28-27, with just 4 throws to go, Bobby.
Yep, absolutely. And you can see Eric kind of maybe not regretting going for the kill shot the first time, but knowing how close he is, maybe leaving some points on the board. You know you can't really do that with Matt the Magic Man.
Yeah, absolutely. But no regrets. Eric's going to give this one everything he can, and
Matt has a 4.
it's a 4 for Matt Bradshaw,
Eric has a
and
5.
it's a 5 for Eric Shizzle. What a match this is turning out to be. We're tied at 32 with just 3 throws to go.
And you can tell the crowd starting to get into this here a little bit, and it's really important for the players to block that sound out and remain concentrated.
Yeah, such a mental game here, and the crowd is certainly starting to feel electric here, but these guys are pros. They know how to tune that
Matt
stuff
got a
out.
bullseye.
Absolutely, absolutely. Very close to a 6 there for
Eric,
Matt,
you're
but
at a
looks
5.
like it's a 5. Oh, I'm sorry. Actually, it was a bullseye.
So it's Matt's second bullseye of the match. That gives him a 1-point advantage with 2 throws to go. Eric the Scope can't throw for kill shots anymore. He's going to have to get it done with those 5s and 6s, and he misses badly there. A chance for Matt Bradshaw to capitalize here, and he does.
Absolutely.
Eric has a 4.
It's a 4 for Eric Shizzle,
And then Matt has
and
a
it's
5.
a 5 for Matt Bradshaw. So he now has a 2-point advantage with 1 throw to
This is your
go.
last throw.
So this is where I think the addition of that 5 ring and the smaller
Eric is
bullseye
at
is really going
41, Matt
to
is
affect
at
a lot of games.
43.
So last year, if Matt were to hit a 4, Eric could hit that bullseye and essentially send it into sudden death overtime. But with the addition of the 5 ring, Matt could still come out with the victory here.
Eric Shizzle happy with the throw. It looks like a 5.
Oh, and we're going to have to get a ruling on
That
that.
might be a 4 for Matt Bradshaw, which would be good enough to give him the victory.
Yeah, it's a 5.
It's a 5 for Matt Bradshaw. That'll clinch it.
So he
Eric
escaped.
Shizzle nearly
He got
had
a
the
bullseye.
Magic Man going to overtime, but instead, Matt Bradshaw escapes with a 1-point victory. What a way to start
Eric
this season,
47,
Bobby.
Matt 48.
Absolutely, just a great match to get the season kicked off just right. You can see Eric leaving that 0 on the board to start the game really didn't affect him that much, I mean, with the overall outcome of the game.
Yeah, if you land one of those 2 kill shots, it doesn't do much damage. It'll be very interesting to see how Eric Shizzle approaches the rest of the season.
Right.
Is that going to be his strategy every single game?
Well, they don't call him the Scope for no reason, so I wouldn't be surprised if he went for the kill shot a lot throughout the season.
Yeah, absolutely. Eric Shizzle, a very aggressive player, and he just gave Matt Bradshaw all he could handle. Here's the Magic Man now on the start to the season.
First match was nerves. I mean, it doesn't matter whether it's the tournament or week 1, week 2, you're always going to have those first game jitters, and that's exactly what I had. So I had to be able to get in with myself and calm down and just get through my routine and then see how it comes out.
Thank you, Matt. The Magic Man surviving a scare here from Eric Shizzle in our opening matchup of this Winter League action. Much more Battle Axes coming up straight ahead here on MC22. Welcome back to Battle Axe. I'm Joey Dania here at the Bustin Axe Throwing Range in Dubuque, Iowa. As we get another season of Battle Axe underway, we just saw the defending champion Matt Bradshaw win a nail-biter over Eric the Scope Shizzle, 48-47. We're set to go for our next matchup. Angie Miller, ready to take on another new face to this league, Chris D'Onofrio.
Are you 2 ready? Yeah. All right.
D'Onofrio and Miller touch tips for good sportsmanship, and we are set to go, Bobby the Blade.
Absolutely. You see Angie getting into it already with Chris there just to start the match.
It's a 4.
She's not going to be intimidated either.
Absolutely not. Angie Miller is here to win. Looks like a 3 for Angie Miller.
And it looks like Chris stepped over the line before the score was called, so that will be a foot fault to start the game for him.
Oh, what a heartbreaking start. Obviously, a lot of nerves as he begins his quest to win a Battle Axe championship, and the nerves must have gotten to him a little bit there.
Absolutely. These new players, and even the old players, too, they have to remember that when the first week starts, and
That's a 5.
I'm sure it won't be the only foot fault we see today.
So after the footfall on his first throw, D'Onofrio settles in and throws a 4 as Angie Miller lands a 5. She's got a 4-point lead.
So looking there, we can see the concentration, again, that's required to get back in after starting off with a 0.
Yeah, you know these players want this so badly. They spend so
Angie,
much
you're at a
time
5. Chris, you're at a 5.
throwing axes to prepare for this kind of a moment.
Chris with a nice 6 there to get back in the game. You're not going to be able to get all your points back, in one throw, most cases. So you just have to kind of chip away at that lead a little bit.
Yeah, pun intended. Just chip, 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 and that's what D'Onofrio's looking to do here. Looks like Angie Miller's a little disappointed in that throw.
4 for Chris.
It's a 4 for Chris D'Onofrio, a 4 for Angie Miller. She maintains her 3-point lead with 4 throws in the books.
Yeah, and another thing you want to do as you have a lead, you don't want to give up any points. You don't want to actually just tie with your opponent. You want to keep piling it on, because especially with the new kill shot rules.
Absolutely. You leave that door open, and
you're at a 5 too.
And you're very susceptible
this was your 5th throw,
to letting things get away. Once again, Miller and D'Onofrio going toe-to-toe here, a couple of 5s. So no ground loss, no ground gain for Angie Miller. She leads by 3 with 5 throws to go.
Absolutely. Looks like it's 2 4s there. I would actually kind of look at that extra one there for Chris a little bit.
D'Onofrio wants a closer look here. It's awfully close to being a 5. It is a 5.
It's amazing. It is a game of inches, too, so it can come down to just a little bit of that blade popping over into that 5. As long as you can see it on both sides, it's going to count.
Angie, that's a 4. Chris, that's a 4.
So a 4 for Angie Miller, a 4 for Chris D'Onofrio. What a game this is shaping up to be. A 2-point advantage for Angie Miller with 3 throws to go. No player has gone for the kill shot yet. We'll see how aggressive they get here with the final 3 throws.
And Joey, I think that's going to be a theme throughout the whole league itself,
5.
is the strategy of when people are going to go for the kill shot. As they get more comfortable with going for the kill shot, we'll see how much they implement it in-game.
Yeah, these new rules certainly make things a lot more interesting. Just looking back to our last matchup, how close things were with Matt Bradshaw and Eric Schizzle, and we've got another nail-biter here between Chris D'Onofrio and Angie Miller.
So, yeah, with the 1-point lead here, again, do you get aggressive and go for the kill shot and having trust in it, having faith in it, and then hoping that your opponent doesn't land the bullseye?
Wow, what a finish there. Heartbreak for Angie Miller.
Angie, that's a 3.
And elation for Chris D'Onofrio.
All right,
he
Chris
wins with a 5 on his final throw, 43-42 over Angie Miller.
Yeah, just incredible. Down the entire game, and it comes down to the last throw. They just trade that point.
Yeah, Chris D'Onofrio did not lead in this one until his final throw. It shows you, like you were saying earlier, Bobby, just how important when you have a lead, building on that lead is. Angie Miller let Chris D'Onofrio hang around, and it came back to cost her.
Yeah, absolutely. But again, it was a great match thrown by Angie. It's nice to see these 2 new faces get out there and have a competitive matchup. And again, just that foot fault at the beginning for Chris, you never know how that changes the emotions of your opponent next to you.
Yeah, he certainly responded nicely after that 0. The nerves were definitely getting to Chris D'Onofrio. We'll throw it down to our winner right now.
Oh, man, getting in front of those cameras is no joke, let me tell you. I just try to stay calm as much as possible, stop the shaking. I mean, you're up there like this. So just trying to stay focused and throw the axe like I know how to.
Chris D'Onofrio feeling confident. Thank you, and best of luck the rest of this season. We are set to go here for our next matchup on Battle Axe. Brandon Feenstra going to take on Casey Laser Wolf Nines. This should be a good one. Bobby the Blade,
All right,
we're
if you
set
guys
to
are
go.
ready, you can touch
Absolutely,
tips for
another new
sportsmanship.
face to the league here,
Start the game.
and facing one of the old guard.
Absolutely. Casey Laser Wolf Nines coming off
Right,
a
Casey,
runner-up
you're at
finish
5.
last year in the fall league action of the WATL.
Brandon, that's a 4.
Absolutely part of that thrilling conclusion to that the fall league.
And he opens up season 2 with a 5. Meanwhile, Brandon Feenstra throws a 4 on his Battle Axe debut.
It is.
Absolutely, you can hear the crowd actually getting behind Laser Wolf a little bit there too.
Yeah, Laser Wolf certainly a crowd favorite here at the Bustin Axe Throwing Range.
Brandon, that's a 3.
Brandon Feenstra undaunted by the crowd.
You know,
And you have a 5.
with Casey's throw there, that reminds me of, I think, a theme that we're going to see throughout this season is that last year that would have been a bullseye. All right, so then your lead is just that much more. So you're going to see, I think you're going to see a lot more tighter games around the Winter League here.
Absolutely. We have only seen 4 bullseyes thus far today.
Casey has a
Not a
bullseye.
single
Brandon,
bullseye
you
in
had a
our last
4.
matchup.
It's a little bit right on cue. There's Laser Wolf, proving us wrong.
Casey Laser Wolf Nines now with a 5-point advantage over Brandon Feenstra after 3 throws. Looks like another bullseye for Laser Wolf. He's got
All right,
laser
Casey
focus
has
right
a bullseye.
now.
Brandon has a bullseye.
Yeah, and Brandon, not to be outdone, throws a bullseye himself.
All right,
Brandon
this-
Feenstra will not be
this is your
pushed
5th
around.
row.
Casey Laser
Brandon,
Wolf
you're at 17. Casey,
with a
you're
chance at our
22.
first unicorn of the season here if he can land a bullseye.
Ooh.
Looks like he just missed the bullseye.
Casey.
Yep, again, we're going to have to get a ruling there from Jenny here.
Casey, you have a 4. Brandon, you have
It's
a
a
5.
4 for Nines, and it's a 5 for Brandon Feenstra. So he gains a little ground. It's now a 4-point advantage for Nines with 5 throws
All right,
to
if
go.
you guys are set,
Absolutely,
you can start.
definitely some ground that can be made up by Brandon, but again, like we saw with our last match with Angie, you really want to keep expanding that lead.
Brandon, you're a 4. Casey, you're a 5.
So it's a 5 for Casey Nines. He does just that, expands the lead by 1. It's a 5-point advantage with 4 throws to go.
Absolutely, and this is where the experience of Casey Nines really will come in. You know, he's been here before. He's going to know how to operate with a lead.
Yeah, Casey Nines has won some very big
Brandon,
games.
that's a
He
4.
knows
Casey, you got a
exactly what
5.
to do in this type of situation. And he continues to gain ground. He now has a commanding 6-point lead with 3 throws to go here. Should Brandon Feenstra go for a kill shot here?
You know, I was just wondering the same thing. I didn't get a chance to talk to him before the match to gauge where his level of confidence with the kill shot is, but definitely something we might be seeing throughout the
Brandon
season.
is a 4. Casey got a bullseye.
As Casey Nines lands a bullseye, it's in a situation now where Feenstra almost has to go for a kill shot if he wants to come out victorious in this one, because Casey Nines makes very few mistakes.
Absolutely, but another beautiful thing about this league is that, you know, points are
Casey,
the most
that's a
valuable
4.
thing. So, again, if you're not feeling confident with the kill shot, you
Brandon,
may
that's a
lose this
5.
game, but you'll live to fight another day. So,
Absolutely, yeah. It's the points that will determine the postseason schedule, so every point matters here on Battle Axe.
absolutely. So, nice showing there with the 5 on his 9th throw. Let's see if he can focus up with the bullseye.
4 for Brandon, 4 for Casey.
And that's going to do it. Casey Laser Wolf Nines opening up his season with our best round thus far, a 50 to get the victory over Brandon Feenstra's 43. No surprise, Casey Laser Wolf Nines coming out on top here, Bobby. 50-43 was the final. 3 bullseyes for Casey Nines for the best round we've seen thus far this season.
Absolutely, and Brandon Feenstra did a great job of sticking around. Again, just Casey being able to pull away there at the end, really expanding on his lead. Just too much to come back from, but again, points do really matter in this league, and so the more you can throw up, the better.
Yeah, a very promising debut for Brandon Feenstra here on Battle Axe. As for Casey Nines, well, there's a lot of tweaks to get adjusted to this season.
Well, with the bullseyes how they were last time, like my whole objective was to try to always stay in there, and that's what I was working on. Well, these new rules came out and made the bullseye smaller, so it really made me like, okay, all this practice is still good, but getting me to that smaller bullseye means that much harder, so that means that much more focus and more work. I know I have a lot of work to do on that though, for sure.
Thank you very much, Casey. We look forward to seeing you the rest of this season, and we have much more Battle Axe coming up straight ahead here on MC22. Welcome back to Battle Axe. I'm Joey Danya here at the Bustin Axe Throwing Range in Dubuque, Iowa for our opening week of this Winter League action in the WATL. We just saw Casey Laserwolf Nines defeat Brandon Feenstra 50-43, and we're set to go here for our next matchup. Casey Buell will take on Heather the Hatchet Gall.
You can touch tips.
Gall and Buell, touch tips for sportsmanship. We're set to go, Bobby the Blade.
Absolutely. This should be a good matchup again. A couple members from the Fall League. Very familiar with each other.
Yeah, Casey Buell had an outstanding season last fall. The only competitor to take down the defending champion, Matt Bradshaw.
Absolutely, and Heather had a great run in the tournament as well. I believe she made it to the semifinals.
Yeah, this should be a good one here between Heather the Hatchet and Casey Bullseye Buell, who's yet to throw a bullseye here in our second season, but the bullseye, a lot tougher to get this year, Bobby.
Absolutely, absolutely.
He's close there, but it looks like a 5.
5 for Casey, 4 for Heather.
It's a 5 for Casey Buell, who takes his first lead of the game. A 4 for Heather Gall.
Absolutely. And you would expect these competitors to be close throughout this entire game.
Heather Gall might have a 4 there.
4 Heather, 4 Casey.
It's a 4 for Gall and a 4 for Buell.
All right, and this
so
is
a
your
17-16 advantage
Heather,
for Casey
16,
Bullseye Buell. As we get set
17.
for the 5th row, keep in mind this year, competitors can go for the kill shot at any point, and they can only do it 2 times each game.
Absolutely. And I believe they can actually go for the kill shot for a 3rd time if they have a drop within the game. So that's another little wrinkle that's a little different this year, but could actually come into play.
Yeah, absolutely. If you have a drop, there's an opportunity to get back in it from getting a 0.
Heather 1, Casey 5.
And just a devastating throw there by Heather the Hatchet, a 1 on her 6th throw.
Yeah, she was right on the heels of Casey Buell, and then heartbreak there. It's a 1, and just like that, Buell has a 7-point advantage.
That's a good way to respond, though, by Heather. I believe she did get a bullseye there. But you just have to wonder, maybe the hatchet just slipped out of her hands a little bit. That's just an odd throw we don't normally see out of Heather.
Absolutely, and she is just too good of a competitor to be fazed by that. She responds right away with a bullseye.
Absolutely, and you can see Casey is a little disappointed with himself there. Again, knowing the importance of creating that separation.
Yeah, Heather Gall still in this one. It's 36-31 Buell with 2 throws to go. Will Gall go for the kill shot? We'll have to wait and see. She doesn't there.
Heather 4, Casey.
It's a 4 for Gall and a 5 for Casey Buell. He now has a 6-point advantage going into the final throw, Bobby.
Yep, absolutely. Casey with a very close to a bullseye there. Just didn't get it on the right-hand side of that blade there. He's trying to talk. These 2 of our biggest trash talkers in the league here, so they're trying to egg each other on, getting to go for a kill shot.
Yeah, trash talk, the mentality of the game, it's all such an important part of it. And I remember back to last season, it was the mental part of the game that perhaps gave Casey Buell a victory over Matt Bradshaw last season.
Yeah, these players are very familiar with each other. I mean, they see each other every week, and they're very competitive, so there's definitely some room for some lighthearted trash talking going on, maybe trying to egg your opponent into going for a kill shot or something like that. But the mental aspect of the game is really important, so any edge you can get maybe by throwing off your opponent a little bit just by something you say in between throws.
Casey Buell comes out on top 45-39 over Heather Gall. Just 1 bullseye for Casey Bullseye Buell and 1 for Heather Gall as well. A lot of new rules this year, but it's the same mentality for Casey Bullseye Buell.
It's really the same mentality. Focusing on your shots. Obviously, with the new rules and the smaller bullseye, it's a little more skill set, but same mentality. Just focus and concentrate on where you're throwing.
Thank you, Casey, and best of luck the rest of this season. Let's get right back to the action here on Battle Axe. Our next matchup will feature Gina Feenstra against Kyle Gall. He looks confident. We're set to go. Gall stretching it out. He'll touch tips with Gina Feenstra, and we're ready to go. Bobby the Blade.
Absolutely. Again, another good matchup here between two people that were in the fall league. So.
All right, Gina, that's
two
a 4.
competitors
Kyle,
that know one another well, and we've seen nothing but close matches thus far here on our second season, and we're off to a 4-4 game here for Feenstra and Gall.
Yeah, there you see Gina Feenstra. She had a great upset in the Week 8 tournament in the Fall League, hoping to carry over that success into the Winter League.
Yeah, one of those moments that Gina Feenstra will not soon forget, and certainly none of us will forget it ever either, Bobby.
Absolutely. And, you know, these two competitors, I mean, all these competitors in this field, they work so hard in the offseason to try to get better and better and improve. So
we'll see if it pays dividends here for Gina Feenstra and Kyle Gall. Couple of 4s here.
There you go. Yeah, 12-11. So nice tight score. Kind of what we expected coming into this thing.
Absolutely. No one yet to throw a bullseye. It's so much tougher to get that bullseye to fall this year, and it's led to much closer games. Couple of 4s from Feenstra and Gall. It remains a 1-point advantage for Gina Feenstra as we get set for the 5th throw.
Yeah, you know, another thing that we haven't seen a lot of this early week is the drops, you know. A lot more sticking to the board.
Yeah, I think after one season under their belts, a lot of these players, they know how to handle this moment much better, and that's certainly why we haven't seen a lot of drops. A bullseye for Gina Feenstra.
Yeah, absolutely. So a 2-point lead here for Gina Feenstra going into the turn.
All right, if you're ready, you can start.
But again, well within striking distance for Kyle Gall.
Kyle
Absolutely,
4,
and she
2.
left the door wide open right there, throwing a 2, and just like that, we're all tied up.
Absolutely. So a little bit of the pressure of the league coming up there for Gina, but give credit to Kyle for taking advantage of it.
Yeah, it doesn't matter how many times
Gina
you
4.
do this, that pressure is always still going to be there, and as experienced as you are, sometimes it's tough to tune it out.
Absolutely. You got to really get those nerves in check.
Feenstra focuses in.
Kyle 4. Let's see, Gina 4.
So a 4 for Gina Feenstra and a 4 for Kyle Gall. We're tied at 32 with 2 throws to go, Bobby.
Absolutely. You can see the focus on each competitor here. They know what's at stake.
Absolutely. You can see it in the face of Kyle Gall. That's a throw that he probably wishes he could have back, but it's a 4. No damage done. It's a 4 for Feenstra, so 36 all. 1 throw to go for the game.
You know, and these are the kind of throws that you really want to have all throughout the season, these high-pressure throws. And as you can see, both of them living up to it.
Ooh, could we be headed to sudden
Kyle
death?
5, Gina 5.
Yes, we are. A 5 for Feenstra and a 5 for Gall. Great throws on their final throw to send it to sudden death.
Yeah, absolutely. One of the most fun aspects of axe throwing here, sudden death, going for the kill shot.
And Kyle Gall looks like he nailed it.
So Kyle is closer. All right, Kyle's the winner.
Kyle Gall, the victor, over Gina Feenstra in sudden death. Well, we have seen some absolute thrillers here on our first week of our second season of Battle Axe, and Feenstra and Gall deliver our best matchup yet. It goes to sudden death, and Kyle Gall nails the kill shot to get the victory, Bobby.
Absolutely, and Gina had a great game there. It just was that 2 on the 6th throw, really, that was the determining factor.
Yeah, just what you would expect from a couple of experienced players in this league as we get started with our second season of Battle Axe. We've got much more Battle Axe coming up straight ahead here on MC22. Welcome back to Battle Axe. I'm Joey Danya here at the Bustin Axe Throwing Range in Dubuque, Iowa. for this Winter League action in the WATL. This is our opening week of a 7-week season, and it's been a thrilling week thus far. We've seen nothing but close matches, and we're set for our next matchup. Casey Laser Wolf Nines going head-to-head with another titan of this league, Casey Bullseye Buell. It's a battle of the Caseys, Bobby the Blade.
Absolutely. A classic matchup that we saw last year as well. Looking forward to this one in week 1.
Yeah, both of these competitors got things started with
Casey and
victories
Bullseye,
earlier
Casey
here
B
in
for-
week 1, and this one should be riveting. A bullseye for Casey Laser Wolf Nines. He's got a 6-4 advantage over Casey Bullseye Buell, who could use a bullseye right here.
Oh, he's going to be pretty close there on that one. We'll see what Jenny has to say.
Casey and Bullseye, Casey B Bullseye.
A couple of bullseyes for these Battle Axe legends.
Absolutely, and Casey Nines with another opportunity for a unicorn. He's held our only 2 opportunities we've seen so far.
Yeah, we have yet to see a unicorn here, and we might have one. No.
Casey and
Looks like a 5 for Casey
B.
Nines, a unicorn, of course, 3
Bullseye.
consecutive bullseyes. But now Casey Bullseye Buell has a shot of his own unicorn.
Absolutely, and you can see him just jawing back and forth. He's trying to get into the head of Casey Nines. He knows how to play the mental game.
Yeah, it's, as we've said so often, it's
Casey
the
and
mental
5,
game is
Casey
just as
B.
important as your talent.
5.
Yeah, absolutely. You know, you'll see a lot of players trying to goat the other player into going for a
This
kill
is
shot
your
a lot.
fifth row.
You know, trying to egg them on. A lot
Casey
of like
B, you're at 21,
playground tactics.
Casey N, you're at 22.
Yeah, the new rule this year is you can go for a kill shot at any point throughout the matchup. You can do it 2 times and even 3 times if you have a fall.
N, that's a
And yet we've
4.
only seen
Casey B is
one
a
player
6.
go for the kill shots. Eric Schizzle went for kill
All right,
shots
we'll
on
have
his
you
first 2
switch lanes.
throws.
Absolutely. And there you can see Casey Buell coming on strong with a 1-point lead going into the turn.
Yeah, as we expected, this is a dandy.
Absolutely. So
Casey
we'll see how
B,
each competitor
4,
responds.
Casey N,
See if Casey Buell can expand on the lead there.
4.
So it's a 4 for Nines and a 4 for Buell, who maintains his 1-point advantage with just 4 throws to go.
Absolutely. And as you can see, the concentration level on both competitors starting to really tighten up.
Yeah, we're not seeing as much
Casey
trash
B
talk as we
for
saw earlier.
Casey N,
They know it's time to really focus in because any mistake now could be crucial.
And there you can see Casey Nines trades the lead there, so he gets that 1-point lead back and forth.
Yeah, another bullseye for Casey Laser Wolf Nines.
Casey B, 4, Casey N, 4.
Nines the only player to put up a round of 50 thus far here in week 1. And he's got a 40-39 advantage with 2 throws to go.
Absolutely. A razor-thin lead here for Casey Laser Wolf Nines, and it looks like both competitors hit the bullseye there.
And to no surprise, that's just what you would expect from
Casey
these
N bullseye,
type of
Casey B
competitors in this
bullseye.
type of moment. They
Absolutely.
both deliver
All right, and this is your
bullseyes.
last
It's
throw.
46,
Casey B, you're at
45,
45,
Casey
Casey
Nines
N,
with
you're at 46.
1 throw to go.
Does Casey Bullseye Buell have another bullseye in the tank here?
He's smiling, he's feeling confident, and he's off the mark.
Casey B, 4,
Casey Laser
N,
Wolf.
5.
Sends in the dagger.
Yes, and you can see the breath of
Casey
relief
B, you're at 49.
there for Casey
N,
Nines coming out with
51.
a really impressive victory.
So Casey Laser Wolf Nines gets another victory with the best round we've seen thus far here in week 1, 51-49, Nines over Buell.
Absolutely, a really tight matchup between these 2 competitors, and it really just came down to that last throw for Casey Buell. He just didn't have that extra bullseye in the tank.
Yeah, Casey Laser Wolf with ice in his veins, throwing the 5 to get that victory to go along with 4 bullseyes and 4 bullseyes for Buell as well. We're set to go for our next matchup, but before we do, we're going to throw it down now to one of our new competitors to get to know her a little bit.
Yeah, I love competition and sports, so that's always fun, and I needed something to do because I am a newer person to Dubuque. So this was a great thing to sign up and do, and it's fun to meet the new people as well. So.
Thank you, Hannah. Welcome to Battle Axe. We look forward to watching you the rest of this season. Best of luck. We are set to go here for our final matchup of this opening week. It's going to be Hannah Perkey making her Battle Axe debut and she's going to take on Brandon Feenstra. Look at that look of confidence.
All right, if you're good
Brandon
to go, you
Feenstra
can touch tips.
made a nice debut. He came up a little short earlier,
For
but
sportsmanship.
an impressive start for Brandon Feenstra, and he gets set to
Yeah.
take on another newcomer here in Hannah Perkey.
Yeah, I think it's really important for all the new competitors to get that first game under their belt and just get the jitters out.
Yeah, this is the first game for Perkey, and perhaps
Hannah,
those
that's
jitters
a-
were on display right there. It's a little bit of a shaky start for
1, 2,
Perkey. Looks like a 3, and it is a
Brandon,
3.
that's a bullseye.
As for Feenstra, it's a bullseye, so he's got a 6-3 lead.
Yeah, just a great start there for Brandon, but not a huge deficit for Hannah to overcome this early on in the game. So we'll see how she handles the comeback.
Yeah, plenty of time in this one. We've seen players come out of much deeper holes before.
Let's see. Hannah 4, Brandon
So
4.
a better throw there for Feenstra. It's a 4, and it's a 4 for Perkey as well. 10-7 Feenstra.
Absolutely, and each player, they're getting comfortable. This is the first night of league and everything like that, so they're figuring out where their place is in this league as well.
Brandon 3, or Hannah 4.
So just like that, Hannah Perkey gains a little bit of ground back. It's now a 13-11 lead for Brandon Feenstra after 3 throws.
Absolutely. So, in Brandon's match with Casey, he was playing from behind the entire time. So it's a different mentality when
Hannah 4,
when you're chasing the
Brandon 4.
target versus the target being on your back.
Yeah, he's in a much different position here. We'll see
And
how
this is your
aggressive
fifth
he
throw.
gets as
Hannah,
he
you're at
looks
15,
to
Brandon,
get
you're
his
at
first
17.
victory of the season. But Hannah Perkey hanging right on his heels.
Absolutely. And for new competitors, you can really
Hannah
tell there's
3,
confidence in
Brandon
both.
4.
No one really seems to
And
be
we'll
phased
switch
by the big
sides.
time.
It's a 4 for Brandon Feenstra, a 3 for Perkey. So Feenstra now extending his lead back to 3. We're halfway home and set to go here for our 6 throws.
Hannah 3, Brandon 4.
I was going to say, that's a
Feenstra
really
just
close.
missed a 4 there, Bobby.
Right,
Yeah.
just on the line. And she's actually going to call Jenny over to see if...
Hannah 4.
See, and sometimes that's why it's worth getting that closer look. Hannah Perkey just got herself an extra point.
Yeah, absolutely. And in a game this close, you never know how much that's going to matter. So good job on Hannah recognizing that and calling for the challenge.
Yeah, it can be tough to see from that vantage point. And remember, you've got to
Hannah
see
5,
the wood on
Brandon
both
3.
sides of that blade for it to get you the points.
Absolutely. And, and the players, they see it better than the judge initially. The judge is making a good call, very consistent calls. But, when you throw an axe and you can see a sliver on both sides, you want to challenge that.
So that throw
Another 3,
gets
Brandon
away
4.
from Perkey a little bit. It's a 3, and it's a 4
didn't go.
for Brandon Feenstra. Perkey making sure that it's not a fall there. She didn't want to step across that line too
Oh,
soon.
I'm so sorry.
Absolutely. So both players saw Chris early on in this evening, and they said, that's not going to happen to me.
See, Brandon 4.
Yeah, it can be tough because you get
Hannah
so
4.
into a rhythm, you get excited, and you want to go down there and get your axe and get set for the next throw, but you've got to just take
And
a
this is
moment
your
to make
last
sure you don't
throw.
make
Hannah, you're
a
at
devastating
34,
mistake.
Brandon, you're at
Absolutely. This
36.
game is so much about rhythm as well, so you want to stay in the zone. It's a big throw for both competitors here.
2-point game, final throw.
And we're going to get another close call here.
Yeah, great throws here from Feenstra and Perkey. Perkey might have a 5, maybe
Hannah,
even a
that's a
bullseye.
bullseye.
It
Brandon,
is a
that's a
bullseye
4.
for Perkey.
Wow.
And that's going to send it to sudden death after a
We'll aim
4
for the
from
kill
Feenstra.
shot, whoever lands on it or
So
gets the
again,
closest
that
wins.
blade is just hitting the smallest of that red bullseye there, and just enough to squeak into the sudden death.
What a throw there from Feenstra. And a great throw from
Brandon.
Perkey as well. This one's probably going to need a closer look. It looks like Feenstra's closer, but
Yeah, the initial call was Feenstra, but again,
Well,
Hannah wants a second opinion about this here.
might have to get out the old ruler, Bobby.
Going to say it's close, and it's just the angle of Hannah's is a little deceiving.
Hannah's closest.
How about that? Looks can be so deceiving. Hannah Perkey comes out with a thrilling comeback to win in sudden death. What a finish and what a debut for Hannah Perkey here on Battle Axe, Bobby. She gets the sudden death victory over Brandon Feenstra.
Absolutely, Brandon. He decided he was going to start the game off with a bullseye, and Hannah decided she was going to finish it with the bullseye. So really impressive showing. A nice challenge, the confidence to challenge the call and, come out with the victory.
Absolutely. The old cliche rings true here. It's not how you start, it's how you finish. And Hannah Perkey finishes strong. For more on Brandon Feenstra's goals for the season, here's Brandon himself.
I'm hoping to get fourth-ish is my goal. If I can fall under, because I see that there's some really good players. So I don't expect to beat them, but maybe just under them would be awesome.
Best of luck to Brandon Feenstra the rest of this season here on Battle Axe, and here are the standings after week 1 here of this Winter League action. It's Matt the Magic Man Bradshaw. No surprise, 4-0 Bobby, and he's leading the way with an average score of 51.5 points per game.
Absolutely. I don't think anyone's shocked to see that Matt's on top there, and followed right behind by Casey Nines as well. But newcomer Chris D'Onofrio, 4-0 as well, scoring 187 points throughout the season or throughout the first week. Followed up by Casey Buell, 2-2, but 180 points scored. So I think what we're noticing here, though, we're getting a lot lower scores than we had last year.
Yeah, absolutely. Just a couple of guys averaging more than 50 here in the opening week. And then as we go down the bottom half of our front page of the leaderboard, more recognizable names. Jim Haas at 4-0. Eric Schizzle, 2-2. Brandon Feenstra, 1-3. Kyle Gall, 1-3. That's going to do it here for this opening week of our Winter League action in the WATL. Thank you so much for watching this episode of Battle Axe. For the entire MC22 crew and my partner, Bobby the Blade, this is Joey Danya signing off.